Zoey's POV. Next one. An impatient call came from the office, interrupting my deep thoughts. The girl who had been waiting in front of the office door for a long time joyfully raised her hand and walked in. It was only then, as I had been crouching in the corner, that I realized, damn it, it had started to rain. Boom. The thunder outside rings in my ears like those horrible trombones and bassoons. They make my soul fill with horror. I looked up as raindrops fell from the eaves to the ground in front of my feet, my brows furrowing involuntarily. I muttered under my breath, "What bad luck!" This horrible rain that when it starts seems like it will never end. I hate rain. I have never been able to understand why people love it. From my experience, only terrible things happen on rainy days. Yes, the heavens are hinting at us. We should hurry and leave. Tilly, my wolf, almost whispers. Ever since I resolved to attend the surrogate interview, she has been against it. She has a heap of reasons, each very sensible. I can't argue with her, so I choose silence because I have no other option. Because I need the money. I need to save my godmother. She's the only family I have left, and I can't lose her. If possible, I would die for her. Sadly, my life is worth much. The only slightly useful thing I have is my womb, and that little secret. Truthfully, I never thought I'd come to a point where I'd need to use it. A week ago, Alpha Tristan Mayer made the big announcement that he will pay $500K to any virgin women who will be worthy to carry his pup. This was tantamount to declaring that he would never have a mate. Even just bearing a child for someone as noble as him was considered the utmost honor by many women. What an absurd world. Every single woman in this pack and from neighboring packs are coming on a pilgrimage to the pious him, hoping that his dick will approve them to be his surrogate. I have no right to criticize other women for being too subservient, as I too stand in the line, the only difference being, I con that I am the best choice for him. As long as I show up, he has no reason to choose anyone else. Zoey, Tilly, still unwilling to give up, tried to persuade me. Bang! But the room door was forcefully pushed open, and a loud noise interrupted her. I looked up to see the girl who had just been happily smiling, the daughter of the Gamma family from a neighboring pack, walking outside while wiping away her tears. In just those few short minutes, she went from heaven to hell. But this was within my expectations. Those people are no less devilish than Satan himself. When she saw me glance at her, she immediately wiped the tears from her face and glared viciously at me and said through clenched teeth, "Why are you here, you murderer? Don't you dream?" After saying that, she flung her head away as if she loathed the smell of my body. Murderer. That's the tag I've heard the most in the past few years, almost replacing Zoey as my name. And because of these rumors, I, as Beta, have been forced to live on the borders of the pack, treated as a rogue, and everyone hates me. Anyone who sees me can spit on me, even other pack people. Look, everyone knows this is a fucking stupid plan. Tilly was still begging me. He hates us. He'll kill us, Zoey. Yeah, he may do it or he may not, and continue to ignore me like I'm a plague in his life, like he's been doing all these years. I'm about to reemphasize how much I need the money when I can hear his Gamma Nicholas yelling from the office. Next. Don't go inside, Tilly cries. Zoey. No, I must go, even if it means death. I ignored a ranting Tilly and straightened my back, look up noble and ready to fight with this jerk and his friends. The door opens in front of me and I step inside, but as soon as my eyes meet their eyes, I can see the shock on Tristan's face to see me here, as if he just saw a horror movie that scared the shit out of him. Deem. Before I could react, his Beta, Mason, is grabbing me by my arms and pushing me into the wall, while Nicholas blocks in his tracks. What the fuck are you doing here, you murderer? And grabbing my throat, he lifts me in the air, holding me there. My survival instincts kept me struggling, trying to dislodge his hand, but it didn't help at all before the absolute strength advantage. His strength was immense, all the air was squeezed out of my airway, and very soon I felt instantly suffocated like I was drowning. Shit, I'm not really going to die like this. Until I hear Nicholas's voice from behind. Man, what the hell are you doing? Let her go. Do you really want to kill her? But Mason doesn't even flinch. Mason is a Beta, so he won't submit in front of a Gamma, just because he commanded him to do it. Still, Nicholas's interference caused him to relax the strength in his hands, and I took the opportunity to try and fight back, using all my force. I am a beta in the end. Even if they don't allow me to train, there must be some strength inside. I grab the hand that is holding me in the air, and I am striking my claws in his flesh, but he continues to strangle me. My resistance obviously angered him, and he was noticeably more forceful than he had been to begin with. "Mason," Nicholas says, scared, and I see him coming to save me, but before he could touch me, an imperious command sounded, ending the farce. "Let her go." It is Tristan Mayer. Mason looks at me with hatred, but he continues to keep me in the air for a few more seconds until Alpha Tristan growls at him. "I said, let her go. Are you deaf, Beta Mason?" Bang! He throws me to the floor, making me slip on my back on the wooden floor until I hit a massive chair. I quickly grew my mouth to let air into my starving lungs and coughed uncontrollably. Ahem, ahem. Holy crap, I almost did die. But soon enough my breathing calmed down, and though my body was still damn sore from the fall, I couldn't let them see it. I witnessed Mason being forced to yield under Tristan's heavy pressure. Provocatively, I raised my middle finger at him, saying, "Loser." Mason attempted to advance towards me again, but Tristan's gaze compelled him to clench his fists directed at himself. "Tristan, murderers have no right to be here." Mason explains to Tristan and then looks at me again with spite. "Much less carry your child. She killed your parents. Did you forget?" Zoey's POV. Hearing Manson's roar, my breath halted. The room was left with only the echo of the bellowing. Everyone was too scared to speak. I cautiously turned my head to look at Tristan not far away. The words he would say next would decide my fate and whether I had won my gamble or not. Nearly half a minute passed without him speaking or looking at any of us, as if none of this had ever happened. What does this mean? No. I can't just wait for his verdict. I must fight for myself. This is my only chance. Why not? The only requirement on the announcement was having a normal uterus. Unfortunately, I happen to have one. Not only that, but I'm a virgin. So, do you need a checkup? I asked Mason using the same tone he used to address me. No woman wants to equate her value to that of her womb, but I have to. As I expected, Mason's expression darkening and he moving in my direction with the intention to slap me. However, to my surprise, Tristan grabs his arm before he can reach me again. "That's enough, Mason. Calm down or you just get out. Am I clear?" He commands his beta with an alpha tone. For the second time, this is the second time he's helped me today. Does this mean I've won my gamble? I was almost ready to wake Tilly to celebrate my success. But in the next moment, he turns around, looks at me and says, "He is right. Why are you here? I believe I told you I don't want to see you again. Do I need to punish you so you'll respect my command?" The words were like a bucket of ice water thrown down over my head. This fucking jerk. Does he really think I want to see his stupid face after all the awful things he's done? I really want to curse and insult him just like I do with that jerk Manson. But I can't, not now. I can't give up on that $500,000. So, calming my spirit, I look directly into his eyes and say, "I haven't forgotten. I'm not here because I want you. I just need your money." The moment those words leave my mouth, I see a glint in his eyes, as if his wolf is trying to take control. I took a deep breath to overcome my fear and looked at him directly, saying, "I thought you would follow your father's fair rules, and in this pack, even the poorest member has the right to speak at least." Quickly, I brought out my trump card. Moreover, you know, I am the most suitable candidate for you. I saw Mason and Nicholas both show confused expressions, but given Tristan's earlier words, they dared not ask any further questions. Indeed, even those closest to him don't know about this. He really considers me a disgrace. I'm truly a cheap girl, presenting myself to him. But it doesn't matter, I console myself, as long as I am useful. 1 year ago, on my birthday, I came face to face with Tristan Mayer while I was cleaning the pack house. He is 5 years older than me, and until then he never met his fated mate. People said that he is cursed for always being cruel and with a bad temper, but that day I found out why he was without a mate until then. I was his fated mate. I remember it as if it was yesterday. It was another shitty rainy day. I was born on March 3rd, and on every single birthday it rained. That was not an exception. He looked at me, and for a second his eyes glittered, making me believe that he would accept me. He said nothing but motioned to me to follow him in his office. "Close the door," he commanded me in a rough voice that made my heart stop. He was going to reject me. I was so sure of that. But you know what the jerk of the century? He looked into my eyes, and with the most horrible disgust that someone ever looked at me, he said, "You will never be my Luna. You are just a pathetic, stupid bitch that causes trouble and sufferance around you." I felt my heart breaking in pieces. I was waiting for the rejection, thinking that it would hurt for a few minutes, hours, days, and then I would be fine. But he looked into my eyes and said, "I am not going to reject you. This would be too easy for you." He was damned serious. "You will not tell anyone about this, or you will pay dearly for doing it." "Just reject me," I remember whispering, but Tristan laughed in my face. "You have no word for this Zoey Carter. You didn't pay enough for what you did, but now I know you will. Starting today, stay away from me. I don't want to catch even a whiff of your disgusting scent anywhere. Understand?" He growled at me as he opened the windows to let the fresh air come in. "I am making him disgusted," that's what he said. "Please reject me." I begged him again. "I need to work. I will starve without my job." And I was thinking about my poor Nana who needed treatment. "Then starve," he laughed. "Who am I to stop you from doing it?" And seeing that I am not moving, he grabbed me and pushed me out of his office. End of flashback. Since that day, no matter how much I tried, he refused to let me off the hook, outright rejecting me. But fortunately, it's like this. Today I have an extra bargaining chip. That's why I dared to try today. After all, conceiving offspring with one's destined mate seems like the best choice. But as Tristan stared at me, letting out a cold snort from his nose, his expression colder than before, we both knew this was a prelude to his anger. Clearly, this wasn't the reaction I was hoping for. He approached me with a mocking look, each step feeling like it was stomping on my heart. I couldn't help trembling, instinctively wanting to back away, but my legs felt as if they were frozen by the chill he emanated, unable to move. Yet I couldn't show any fear, my eyes still fixed on him until he was right in front of me. He scanned me from head to toe, and perhaps noticing my stiffness, gently caressed my face with his hand. In that moment, I quietly exhaled, unable to deny that his scent brought me comfort, something I hadn't felt in a long time. But in the next second, he tilted his head, smiling as he said, "So does the status of Alpha's mate make you think you're worth $500,000? "Of course." I stiffened my neck, about to reply. But in the next moment, a sharp pain shot through my jaw, and I felt myself lifted again. But before I could struggle, bang! This time, I was thrown against the door, my jaw stinging so much I couldn't close it. Barely opening my eyes, I saw Tristan's feet approaching me, the floor echoing ominously with his steps. Soon, he stopped right in front of my head. He looked down at me coldly and said, "Don't let me hear you say that again." With that, he stepped over me, opened the door, and left. "I'm sorry, Nana. It looks like I've failed. He hates me more than I imagined." Tristan's POV. The moment Zoe stepped into my office, I literally died. Mason and Nico were telling me about me being too picky with women and that I need to make a decision when the door opened, and that scent that it makes me damned crazy hit me directly. I knew it was her before she appeared in front of me. That precious scent of magnolia and cinnamon, along with the smell of cedar wood, embodies happiness for me. It evokes lust for life and lack of worry, something that I missed for years. I hated the feeling of being uncontrollably attracted to it, and it made me wonder if I was what others would call powerful or not. I almost forbid her to come near me, even keep her away from all the places I'd be, because her scent is irresistible. I can't be in her presence without Vigo, my wolf, starting to kill my brain. I'm much less likely to let anyone see that she's my damn mate. I don't need Manson's warning. I know those rumors better than anyone, but only someone with a sick mind would say that, like Manson's father, my father's Gamma. I wouldn't be stupid enough to believe such a stupid rumor. She was just a pup back then. But that doesn't mean I don't hate her. I hated her with a passion. If she would have been more careful and followed her parents that day, she wouldn't have caused their deaths. and my parents' death too. I knew she was sort of pathetic in a way, so I didn't execute her. I clearly had the right to do so, and no one would question me. I just didn't want to see her. Her presence would just be a constant reminder that my parents had left and I was a poor orphan. Of course, I'm much less likely to accept a heavenly joke from the moon goddess, but with my wolf Vigo actually threatening me for her, there's no way I'm going to be an alpha without a wolf, and the power always attracts some hyena constantly prowling around me. So it was for the best that we never met. But now, what is this damn woman doing? She came inside my office provoking me. She came in without fearing that I would punish her. She came here to ask me to use her as my surrogate. Is she crazy or what? Why does she need $500K? Does she want to run away from me? To leave here? Vigo will make a huge scandal if she leaves the pack. If she leaves, I will leave too. Vigo threatens me. Here we go again. I didn't want to lose control in front of Manson and Nico, so I suppressed my inner anger and comforted it, saying, "Wait a little longer, let's see what she has to say." I even had it all planned out. If this woman could provide me with a reasonable explanation, I might actually consider using her as my mate's surrogate. After all, it seemed like I couldn't accept any other woman. But what I didn't expect was that she actually wanted to use my mate status for money. How ironic. What a ruthless woman. Could she really exploit everything in this world as long as she could get money? If it wasn't me searching for a surrogate mother today, but someone else, would she use Alpha Tristan's mate as a selling point to fuck with another man? After all, which man wouldn't want to try Alpha Tristan's woman? Thinking about this, I couldn't control my anger anymore. She truly understood how to provoke me, deserving to be my fated mate. Facing my question again, she even dared to say, "Of course." It seemed like she had been away from me for too long and almost forgot my true wolf nature. Vigo must have known what I was about to do, as he kept roaring and even tried to rush out to protect her. However, this time I won. I dislocate her chin, preventing her from uttering such shameless words. "Tristan, you're hurting your mate. You're betraying the goddess." Vigo kept repeating these cliched phrases, clearly nearing the limits of his patience. No, I had to leave this room. With that in mind, I opened the door without hesitation and walked straight out. "Tristan." I had just walked a short distance when Manson's voice came from behind me. I heard his hurried footsteps, and after taking a deep breath, I turned around to face his questions. But as I turned around, I saw Nico rushing out of my office, holding Zoey in his arms. The funny thing is that I feel a jab in my chest as soon as she is in his embrace. "You hurt her. At least do something to make up for it. She fainted." Vigo growls at me. "We should be the one who is holding her, not our gamma." "Nico, don't touch her." Mason starts again like a broken disc, but this time I step in and take Zoey from Nico under the horrified eyes of both of my friends. Even if it's garbage I threw away, it can't just lie in another man's arms. "Are you kidding me, man?" Mason says and starts to laugh. "Don't tell me that the bitch told us the truth." Nico also looked at me with a puzzled look in his eyes. I turn around, still holding Zoey at my chest and avoiding the gazes of them. I gaze at Zoey. Vigo is right. It's best to get her checked out quickly. I believe she won't dare to utter such words again. But she's more adorable when she's quiet and not struggling or roaring. "Tristan," Mason growls at me. "First of all," I say, coming back to my senses, "growl at me one more time and I will break your legs, Mason. Friend or not, remember that I am your alpha." And I see him becoming pale again, while Nico is watching me with his mouth wide open. Secondly, never dare to touch another pack member without reason or you will never walk again. This, I tell him, is not the way we treat our pack members. And now he snaps. "Are you kidding me? Are you threatening because of this bitch? She is a criminal, and you're the one who knocked her out." I gave him a cold look. "Are you the same as me?" His frown tightened. "That enough, Mason," Nico steps in. "He is right. Zoey has nothing to do with you. It is Tristan who should punish her if she did something wrong. So she told us the truth. She is your fucking mate." And Manson cursing Zoey, he exits the office, leaving me and Nico behind. "Why didn't you say anything, man?" Nico asks me with a disappointed voice. "It's been a year, for goodness sake." How to ignore your fated mate. Are you crazy? Am I? Who knows? Maybe he is right, or maybe I was right to do it. Nico, honestly, I don't know, and I close my eyes, taking a deep breath to calm myself. Then try to accept your fate, Tristan. And he opened the car door for me. You should take her to the hospital. She doesn't look well. I placed Zoey on the back seat. Why are you defending her? I asked him in the first place. I thought that he would be against her. Nico just gives me a sad smile. Because she is my Luna until you reject her. The moon goddess arranges the best of all worlds, and it's all for our pack, he said, shocking me. Before I could add another word, I heard my younger sister, Rose, from behind. Who is his Luna? Shit, that's what I needed right now. My little sister on my head. Nico. Rosie shouts at him, but Nico's face changes the moment he sees Rosie. See you later, he says and runs away as if he just saw Satan. What the hell is wrong with him? I close the door and walk to my seat, but Rose blocks my way. Who's you, Luna, Tristan? Did you find her and didn't tell me? She asks me, pissed off. Damn it, Rosie. I growl at her and get out of my car and open the back door again. I point in Zoey's direction and say, she is. Now are you pleased? Now will you let me take her to the hospital? I return to the steering wheel, but before I could start the car, Rosie jumps on the back seat, right beside Zoey. Get out, Rosie, I almost commanded her. The thing is that I am not in the mood to explain myself to anyone, but my sister wouldn't be my sister if she wouldn't defy me. I will go with you to the hospital, she says and stares at Zoey. I said nothing. Rosie is not going to let me escape that easily. I know, so it is better to keep my mouth closed in her presence. She is beautiful, she whispers, more beautiful than I remember her. Of course she is beautiful. Otherwise, I wouldn't be attracted to her. Her deep brown eyes are so kind that she almost fooled me with her appearance. But now my mind is clear again. So to make my sister shut up, I changed the topic. Yet she is a criminal. You shouldn't care about her. You shouldn't have said that. How could you hurt your own mate? Don't try to weasel your way out of this. I know it must be you. Rosie kept killing my brain with her nonsense, but I couldn't listen to a word just to shut her up. As soon as I arrived at the hospital, I took Zoey into my arms again and entered with her to the ER, where everyone was staring at me like some kind of ghost. What are you waiting for? I growled, making the doctors and the nurses poop in their pants. Help her. Everyone knows who Zoey Carter is to me, so they must think that I am the one who almost killed her. You know what? I say and place her in a hospital bed. Just give her some treatment and send her home. I'm leaving after the explanation. I can't let people know that I am weak because of my bond mate. This is why I don't want a mate. It torments my spirit. Are you coming? I ask Rosie, while she is staring at Zoey, but she shakes her head. No, she whispers. I will keep an eye on her for you. And her saying that shocks me. What does she want to do? My sister always manages to pull off some astonishing feats. At other times, I might indulge her, but not this time. I turn around and with a serious face, I make things clear, using our mind link so that people around won't find that Zoey is my mate. I don't care what you want to do, but Rosie, I don't want her. But you need her. Rosie says, pissed off, you can't ignore the goddess's desire. I knew it. She's been plotting this. But what did she mean when she said I can't? Why is everyone repeating the same thing again and again? I can do whatever I want. I start to walk to the hospital exit door, and mocking my own sister, I say, just watch me, Rosie. I can, and I will. No one can force me to accept Zoey Carter. Feigned love is worse than hatred. Zoey's POV. I had no idea how long it's been since I passed out, but the next moment I open my eyes, I am on the hospital and a lot of machines are beeping around me. Tilly? I asked, a little bit scared, and my heart hurts when she is not answering me. Shh! Someone whispers. You are fine now. Fine? I don't want to be fine. I scream in my mind. I want to save Nana, and now I have no chance to do it anymore. I open my eyes slowly, and I blink a few times as there is so much light in the hospital's ward. Don't worry, the same voice tells me softly. You are in the hospital. And then reality hit me. I was sent to the hospital? How the hell am I going to pay for the bills? I can't pay the bills for Nana, and now there are other bills to pay. I am doomed. I push the hospital sheets and try to get out of the bed, but two arms are keeping me in my place. Hey, you are still wounded, the woman says, and I lift my eyes just to see a girl staring at me. Rose Mayer? Why is she here? She doesn't know that her brother did all of this to me. At the mere thought of this, the pain of being hurt by my mate floods over me like a tidal wave, and my heart starts pounding madly. Will you calm down, please? She asks me in a soft voice. She never hurt me all these years, no matter how much the rumors humiliated me, but like her brother, she didn't want to see me and kept avoiding me. But why the hell is she here? I need to go. I tell her and try to find a way to run out from here. You need to recover or you will faint again. She tells me and motions to me to get in the bed, but I shake my head. No, I need to be at home, and I am thinking of Nana who must be scared for not being at home until now. I take Rose's hand and push it away and untie myself from her grip, and looking around, I see that my clothes are wrapped on a chair in the corner of the ward. You scared my brother, she says softly. He brought you here all by himself. I have never seen him so scared since our parents died. I stop for a second and take a deep breath. Tristan is scared? Isn't my death exactly what he wants? He fears something. I presume he's afraid that I'll die too easily. I have no time to argue with her. Now that the original plan has failed, my priority is to return home. Nana needs me. You mean since I killed them? And I pull the zip of my jeans and start to wear my t-shirt. Did you really kill them? Rose asks me back, and I stop in my tracks. Isn't that what everybody says? I asked her and looked at her calmly for the first time I woke up here. I want to hear you say it. And now she is serious. I only believe you. My mouth went dry, and I turned my face and looked outside. Shit, it's still raining. All right, I don't know why, but this time I want to believe in the girl before me. How could a 13-year-old girl kill the alpha and the beta pairs? I ask her. No sooner had I spoken than I saw her furrowed brows relax, her lips slightly upturned as she asked, So what happened that day? Can you tell me everything? I averted my gaze and said softly, Do you believe it? I don't even know what happened myself. It was such a rainy day that I lost any sense of smell and got lost in the forest. 4 of them came looking for me. But when I saw them, they were dead. That's all. But I've been a murderer ever since. Also, since then, I have been humiliated by her dear brother who would not reject me or accept me. He fucked my entire existence. He made me live like a rogue and made the pack hate me. He did this to me the moment he believed the Reynolds family when they called me a criminal. I could never find my second chance, yet he can brazenly post a notice seeking a surrogate mother. All those cruel humiliations of his are still ringing in my ears. And now Rose tells me that I made her brother worried? No, he doesn't care about me. I won't fall for it again. I gently brushed aside Rose's hand, looking earnestly at her as I added, Rosie, thank you for being willing to listen to me. I really have to go. I'm not like you. I have someone to take care of. Having said that, I picked up the clothes from the corner and left the hospital room without looking back. Zoey's POV. Early the next morning. I open my eyes slowly, and I literally melt when I feel 2 arms hugging me and a warm forehead resting on mine. This is what makes me continue to move forward. The fact that in this cruel world someone still cares about me. I smile and kiss Nana's temple as I leave her arms. She was waiting for me in the living room when I got back yesterday, and my emotions, which had calmed down, broke down the moment I saw her, and tears came to my eyes. She asked me again and again if I am fine, what really happened, but I continued to cry as for the first time since my life went upside down, I collapsed. Just like that, she held me all night long on our little sofa in the living room. I take a thick blanket and wrap it around my Nana so she will not suffer from the cold, and I move in the kitchen where I start to prepare breakfast. Tea and toast with jam and peanut butter. That's all we've got for today, as I didn't find anything to work during the last week. I need a plan, another plan, or I will really become a criminal and I'll have my Nana's death on my conscience. I need to provide her medicine and food ASAP. Think Zoey. You are smart enough to figure it out and find a solution. We should leave the pack, suddenly Tilly tells me, and I stop in my tracks. Leave the Crescent Moon pack? is not that I don't want to do it, but until today, it was Tilly who begged me to stay here, hoping that Tristan will change his mind and his heart. Did he hurt her so badly yesterday that she wants to leave this place? Are you sure, Tilly? I asked her back, because I really want to be sure that she is in. I don't need more drama if she changes her mind later. Yeah, if he won't help us, we need to find someone else to help us with Nana, she tells me in a calm voice, as if she thought about this the whole night. But where to go, Tilly? Leaving from here, we will really become rogues, and no one will accept us as pack members. I need to break my bond with the Crescent Moon Pack if I leave or lose my wolf. Otherwise, Tristan will find me anywhere in this world. We will make it in Human's world, Tilly tells me, and my heart stops for a second. She is not joking. She really wants us to do it. My heart starts to beat faster and faster. All we need to do is convince Nana to come with us, or this plan will not work. She will follow us everywhere, Tilly tells me. And you know what? We should tell her about Tristan. Now I freak out. No. Only the thought of her finding out about me being mated with Tristan will kill her. She keeps telling me that one day I will find my fated mate, that he will love me unconditionally, and I will have a good life. Finding the truth will kill her, and we are leaving. There is no need for her to find out that I already found that mate, and that he is a scoundrel. I smile and I pour the tea into cups. I am ready to wake up my Nana so she will have her breakfast when I hear someone knocking at the door. No one comes here, and that's what scares me. If Tristan sent someone to kill me for disrespecting his command, I look at Nana and close the door from the living room so I won't wake her up, and I open the front door only to face Rose Mayer in front of me. Hey, Zoey, she tells me in a soft voice, but I am like an open book right now, and she frowns a little seeing my complex reaction. What the hell is she doing here? I look behind her, but she is alone. Can I? She asks me, suggesting that she wants to enter my house. I just motion her to enter and lead her to our tiny kitchen. What do you want, Rose? I ask her directly while she is staring at my teacups. It smells fantastic, I know. I picked up the wild flowers for this tea. It is free of charge and healthier. I just motion her to take the cup of tea, and she is doing it in the next second. And so the rich people eat at the table of the poor ones. Why are you here, Rose? I ask her again, fearing that Nana will wake up and find out what really happened yesterday. To check on you, she says, sipping tea. I just want to be sure that you are fine after everything you went through. I'm sorry to tell you this, Rose, I say, and place my cup of tea on the table. But you should mind your own business. I don't know what you know about yesterday, but there is nothing to be concerned about. Continue your good work and ignore me. She saw me 4 times in 5 years, and now she is worried about me? Is she kidding me? I was expecting for her to growl at me or command me to shut up, but she just smiles at me and continues to have her tea. This is really good, you know? I know, I say in a rough voice. Now can you please go? You saw me, I am fine. But she ignores me. Oh, my goddess, I scolded her in my mind. Rose, I start again, trying to control my voice. I want to be alone, and as soon as I said that, exactly what I hoped to avoid happened. The kitchen's door opens, and a very exhausted Nana shows up in the frame door. Zoey, why didn't you wake me up? We have guests? And Nana is as shocked as me to see Rose here. Nana Moore? Rose asks in shock. Is that you? And she places the cup of tea on the table and runs to Nana and hugs her. How could I forget? My Nana was the Alpha's family nanny. It's me, Rosie, Nana says, and I help her to take a seat because even 10 steps is too much for her. You were here all this time? Rose asks and looks at me, and the way she is doing it is telling me that she is shocked. I thought that you moved to another pack. But Nana starts to laugh. And leave my goddaughter alone in this pack? That's not my style. She has her mate, Rose says, but I hit her leg under the table, motioning her to shut up. When she will find him, I hope to treat her well, but until then, she has me. Rose stares at me. Yeah, Rose. Nana can't find out about Tristan. It will break her heart. Nana, Rose was leaving, I tell her, suggesting Rose to get lost. I know that she will not make a scene in front of Nana, and I don't want to see her here, so I am forcing her hand. It was so nice to see you again, Rose. You became such a beautiful young woman. It was my pleasure to see you again, Nana, Rose tells her and offers her a warm hug. See you soon. And I grab her arm and push her away from our kitchen. What's wrong with Nana? Rose asks me when I open the door for her to leave. I suppose that there is no problem telling her the truth. In the end, we will leave this place soon. What can she do? She is sick. She has 1 or 2 years of living, and I want these last years to be filled with calm and happiness. For that, I need your family away from us. Rose gasps in horror. I know that I am mean, but I need them away from us for real. The stress will put Nana in a grave faster. So looking straight into Rose's eyes, I say, you know that saying, Veni vidi vici? You did it. Now go. And I push her outside the house and close the door in her nose. She shouldn't have come here. Tristan's POV. Alpha, the person you sent yesterday has already left. I knew it. I shouldn't have listened to Viggo, rushing to the hospital first thing in the morning without even having breakfast, making it seem as if I cared about her. I quickly clarified, no, I'm not here for her. My sister Rosie wasn't home early this morning, and I came to see if she was here. The nurse then had a realization and said, I see. We haven't seen her this morning. Maybe you could give her a call. Right, I said, and turned to leave when a voice stopped me. Alpha. I turned to see it was the doctor who treated her yesterday. What does he want? He doesn't think I'm here to check on Zoey, does he? The doctor smiled and said, Alpha, Zoey still owes our hospital a significant debt. She just left yesterday, and I was confused and asked, debt? Didn't I already pay for yesterday's medical expenses? And even if I hadn't, my meddlesome sister would surely not let it go. How could she have accumulated such a debt in so short a time? The doctor looked troubled and said, oh, it's not about yesterday's fees. It's about the medical care costs over the past half year, and the amount is quite substantial. What does he mean? She's been receiving regular care at this hospital, yet she didn't seem like someone who needed care with her fierce demeanor yesterday. But the doctor's words once again made Viggo halt his thoughts and exclaim, see, she really needs the money. Enough, I cut him off and asked the doctor, are you sure it's her? Sure, Zoey Carter. That's the only name in the system, the doctor affirmed. Is she really sick? She. No, I can't ask. Why do I care? Why does everyone have to tell me about her? I understand, I said and turned to leave quickly. It was also because I didn't inquire further that Viggo was very dissatisfied. You should have asked clearly. I wouldn't ask. I don't want to know anything about her. If it weren't for Viggo losing his mind and going crazy early in the morning, I wouldn't even be here. But Viggo wasn't about to let it go, continuously repeating, we should accept her, help her. Right now, I just wanted to leave quickly, choosing the best method, ignoring him. I just reached the door and opened the car when another red car stopped in front of me, and someone got out from the passenger side before the car even fully stopped, and the driver's window rolled down. Damn it, I'd forgotten them. It was Mason and Nico. Nico, sitting in the driver's seat with a hint of a smile, said to Mason rushing towards me, see, I told you he'd definitely come to check on Zoey. This offended me. I did not. Mason, however, got even angrier at this remark, his voice laden with fury. Don't you have anything to explain? What do I have to explain? Is he questioning me? You. I was just about to give him a piece of my mind when I turned to see people whispering and glancing over in small groups. Fine, we can't argue here. All right, let's go back to the office and talk, I said and got into the car, heading straight to the office, giving myself some time to think about how to face these two. I just went into the office and they followed me right away. Just tell me why? Mason asks me, pissed off. Because it was my business and had nothing to do with you, I tell him, but Mason scoffs in disbelief. I'm your beta, Mr. Alpha, Mason says, even more pissed off. Finding your Luna affects our pack and you should have told us. What the hell is wrong with you? It is his own problem if he wants to accept her or not, Nicholas says, seeing that Mason crossed the line again. And changing the subject, he looks at me. I believe that this madness of finding a surrogate needs to stop, man. He made a fair point. Those women were gold diggers, foolishly thinking that bearing my child would make them my Luna. I certainly wouldn't want my child to carry any foolish genes. I nodded in agreement and said, Then let's not look for anyone else for now. Fuck, man, Mason cursed, and getting on his feet, he kicked the chair he was sitting, breaking it in pieces. Is it because of that bitch? What exactly caused Mason to misunderstand, making him repeatedly so rude to me? Regardless of my reasons, should I really need to explain myself to him? With a stern face and a slight lift of my eyes to meet his, I suppressed my anger and said, "No, I don't want her." But he continued to get his way. "Are you kidding me? You don't want her? So just reject her. Don't you see that she is playing with your mind?" "Mason, just shut up," Nico says, trying to calm the spirits. "No, just look at him. He looks and acts like an idiot. I want my best friend back." And the moment he said that, Vigo surfaced and grabbed Mason by his throat. "Do you have a death wish, Mason Reynolds?" Vigo growls at him as he pins Mason on the wall. "Maybe my human will allow you to offend him, but keep that in your mind. Don't piss me off or I am breaking you. Am I clear?" Mason is in shock. It is the first time Vigo does something like this. I've always refrained from distancing myself from them just because I became the alpha. So I've been suppressing the urge to teach Mason a lesson, but today I no longer wish to hold back. He must be made to understand what respect is. "Am I clear?" Vigo growls so loud that Mason turns his head, fearing that he will end up skinned alive. "Yes," he said almost in a whisper. He never saw this side of my wolf. "Vigo," Nico says calmly, "let him go. He won't do that again." "He never listens," Vigo says through his clenched teeth, "because he didn't understand what happened. But now he will never act this way." And with the same calmly voice he says, "Send Tristan back. I need to tell him something." Vigo pushes Mason in the wall, and giving him a last growl, he lets me return to control. Mason just stares at me, but he doesn't dare to say something else. "Very well, just like that." "Alpha, the other women won't do, but there's one exception," Nico says. I turn to look at him, knowing what he's about to suggest. I walk back to my desk and lean against my chair, saying, "You are wrong. She is the last option. Anyone but not her." "And here you are wrong." And Nico defies me directly. "You can kill me. You can let Vigo break my legs, but watch me, Tristan. She was right. And you are upset exactly because she was right. She came here breaking the walls you build around you to protect you from her. You ignored her for a whole year thinking that you are fine, but you are not fine. Do you want a pup? She is your best option." Mason looks at Nico in horror. He would like to put him in a corner and strangle him, kill Nico in an instant. But after what Vigo did, that is not an option anymore. I'm just looking at Nico. There is a difference between Nico and Mason. He is a scoundrel sometimes, but he is the one who tells them when they are crossing the line. Nico is the most cerebral of them all. He saw that neither of us said anything and continued to try to convince me. "I'm not asking you to accept her. But she is the best surrogate for you. After she offers you a hire, reject her, ban her, do whatever you want." That seems like a good idea. Zoey's POV. Even if my heart hurts like hell, I forced myself to act as if nothing happened. Rosie is a beautiful grown-up woman now, Nana says, coming into the kitchen where I prepare the lunch for us. A simple boiled pasta with tomato juice, but at least we won't starve. I really need to get out of this pack and find a job. "I wonder how Tristan is," Nana says again, and I stop from mixing the pasta and look at her. "He is a jerk," that's what came directly into my mind, but I suppress that impulse and smiling at Nana, I say, "He is very busy, Nana. I suppose that the alpha's duties are way too difficult." But Nana waves her hand in the air, suggesting that that's bullshit. "I don't know why he changed so much. I raised him to be a brave young man and yet he became arrogant. I failed as his nanny." "No, Nana. He is cruel. You don't become cruel in an instant. That evil was placed in his heart from the beginning, waiting for him to let it out." But I can't tell her that, so I place the pasta on the kitchen countertop and walk to her and hug her directly. "That's the beauty of living alone, Nana. We are not forced to see his tantrums," and kissing this old woman's forehead. I ask her, "Why don't you go to the living room and wait for me there? I will call you when lunch is ready." "Don't force yourself too much, sweetie," she tells me. "You were so sick yesterday. You should get some rest." "I will, Nana," I assure her and motion her to leave. Damn it. I cursed as soon as she left and placed my hand over my chin. My jaw and neck healed quickly, but it still hurt so much. Rolling my neck to alleviate the pain, I look into the living room and I can't stop myself from asking myself how the hell I am going to survive if I don't succeed on running away from here. I will give myself this day to think about it, and tomorrow I will leave this place. No matter what, Nana is my priority. I wanted her to be treated here by a werewolf doctor, but they are taxing me as if I am not a pack member. Usually, pack members don't pay in this hospital, but knowing that the alpha hates me gave the doctors the guts to treat me differently. Nana is suffering because they are taking revenge on me. The doorbell rang, and I just realized that I spaced out again. Since yesterday, it looks like this is all I know, but who could be? I moved the plates on the table and I put down my kitchen apron, but before I could exit the kitchen, I heard Nana telling me, "I've got this, sweetie." And after that is silence, and is not because Nana is not talking, because she does. But it is because my nostrils are filled with the scent that is killing my mood. Tristan's scent. How dare he come? I am killing him. I whisper until he activates her senses, fearing that Nana could get hurt. I exit my kitchen, and now I am the one who looks like a dragon, all fee-fee-fo fuming. What is going on here? I ask directly, and I am walking in Tristan's direction, ready to fight him if it is necessary. But my poor Nana claps her palms in happiness. Who would have thought, sweetie? First, Rosie visited us in the morning, and I saw Tristan frowning. And now my Tristan came here too. I should have come a long time ago, Nana Moore, Tristan says. It's just that I forgot that you live here too. And he is scratching the back of his head. Forgot my ass! I say in a whisper, but they must have heard me because in the next moment Nana points her finger at me and scolds me. Zoey Carter, behave yourself. I can't believe this, but I can't make a scene in front of Nana, so putting on a fake smile, I ask, Alpha Tristan, have you got lost? Zoey, Nana says in disbelief. I look at her and say in a soft voice, Nana, why don't you go to the kitchen? Our food is going to get cold. Yet, Tristan wouldn't be the jerk he is if he wouldn't force himself on me right now. So he takes Nana's arm and smiling at her says, Let me help you, Nana. In the end, I am starving too. I suppose you have a plate with food for your alpha. And he starts to walk with Nana, leaving me behind. He enters my kitchen, helps Nana to sit, and he makes himself comfortable, taking my plate with pasta, and he starts to eat it. Nana looked at him, then she looked at me, and she was ready to give me her plate, because that's all our food, but I motioned her to stop. First Rose and now Tristan. They are taking everything from us, even the last piece of food. Nana eats slowly, and I know that right now she isn't enjoying her meal. And when Tristan finishes his plate, he looks at me and asks me in a commanding voice, What are you looking at? Put yourself a plate of food and eat. Oh boy, and that's my limit. There is no other plate with pasta. You ate mine. He leans back, and as if he has all the answers in the universe, he thinks that is the best to mock me again. Boil another package of pasta. It takes only 6 minutes, and he is smirking his stupid face at me. You are smart now, aren't you, Tristan Mayer? You can eat mine, sweetie, Nana says as she points to her plate. She barely ate half. No, Nana, you need to eat more than I need it. And turning around, I open my cabinets one by one, and with my head and my heart filled with jitters, I point to the empty cabinets and say, Here is nothing. I opened another cabinet. Oh, this one is empty too. I need to make this jerk know how he forced me to live in the last year since he refused to reject me. I open cabinet after cabinet, and when I open the last one, I almost growl at him. What to see? This one is empty too. You ate all the food we had in the house, you motherfucker. And I slam the door of the cabinet, almost breaking it. He stares at me in shock and then at his empty plate. And I don't know why, but he is perplexed, as if he is trying to process what just happened. Are you still hungry, Alpha Mayer? I asked him, pissed off. You heard Nana. Her plate is not empty yet. Why don't you feed yourself with her pasta too, huh? I walk to the door and open it to the wall. Get out! I command him, using all the strength I found inside my body. He stares at me in shock, but he gets up and exits. But before leaving the room, he stops for a second. He looks into my eyes, and goddess, I would like to take those beautiful blue eyes of him and snatch them out of their orbits and force him swallow them. That's how furious I am right now. He looks at me and tells me in a whisper, "When you are calm, I am waiting for you at the pack house." "I won't come," I say without looking at him. "Why should I go? Make him kill me? Or Mason to mock me?" "That's an alpha command," he tells me. "Did he use the alpha command on me? Scoundrel." And he leaves without another word. I am trembling like a leaf in the wind. How dares he? How? "Zoey?" Nana asks, completely taken aback, and I know that I will have a lot of things to explain. "Zoey, please, what is going on between you and Tristan?" But I believe that she already figured it out by herself. "Nana," I say, but I burst into tears again. Shit, shit, shit. Why I'm so weak. I never cried because of him in the last year, and yet since yesterday it looked that this is all I know. "Zoey, sweetie," Nana almost cries. "What happened to you?" "Yeah, what happened to me?" I just stare at her, and with a broken voice I tell her, "The lightning hit me." Zoey's POV. "The lightning?" Nana asks and looks at me in horror as she just figured it out that yesterday I faced Tristan, and that's why I was looking like crap. "Zoey, look at me," she said in a commanding voice. Even though her voice was calm and full of love, I knew that she won't let me escape without being sincere with her. "Did I say the lightning?" I asked back, trying to change the subject, but she stared at me with that serious face, giving me no chance to escape. "What is going on between you and Tristan Mayer, Zoey? And I want the truth," she says, visibly affected. "What truth, Nana? You already know what is going on between us. You have a sixth sense. I was never able to hide anything from you." "Zoey Carter, do you recognize me as your godmother?" Nana says, almost growling at me. "Tell me the truth," and my poor Nana starts to shiver. Oh my goddess, I'm going to put her in a grave sooner at this pace. "Nana, please, calm down," I say with teary eyes. "I am sorry. I didn't intend to make you sad," I say, and try to help her take a seat on our tiny sofa, but she is so adamant that I can't fight her anymore. "If you don't want to see me dead, Zoey Carter, speak now. Why was Tristan here acting like that? Because he is a scoundrel. But I can't tell that to Nana." "Tell her the truth," Tilly says. "I told you that is stupid to ask him to choose you as his surrogate. For a whole year we were nothing to him, and since yesterday all the famous members of the Crescent Moon Pack are after us. Nana will understand us. She will kill us for hiding something like that from her, but she will support us." I get on my feet and I stare at Nana. "Do you want the entire story or a short summary?" And I know that I am in deep, deep shit when Nana lifts an eyebrow at me. "So the entire story," I say, more in a whisper, and I feel like shit right now. I should have told her a long time ago about this. "Why are these visits, Zoey?" Nana asks, and I stop. "So she doesn't suspect that I am Tristan's mate?" "I don't know, Nana." I lie. "Maybe they want to punish me more for what happened 5 years ago." "Cut the crap, Zoey," Nana tells me, and it is the first time when I hear her talking like that. "Rosie came here with good intentions. She acted nice, and she didn't show any sign that she was intending to upset you. Tristan coming here was a surprise, so I can't stop myself why he came and why he acted like you owe him something. Did he continue to make things difficult for you in this pack?" "Tell her the truth, woman," Tilly screams in my mind, but how to start and what to say first? I hid a lot from Nana. "Well, Nana," I say, and I don't dare to look at her. "Every single member of this pack holds grudges with me for what happened 5 years ago." "What else, Zoey?" Nana says. "I know that already. The idea is that," and I curse as I have no idea how to tell her the truth. "The idea is that Tristan Mayer is my fated mate, and he refused to claim me," I say in one breath, and Nana's face becomes pale. "Tristan rejected you?" She almost screams, and she places a hand over her heart. "He didn't," I whisper, and grab Nana's hand in my hand, trying to help her calm down. "So he claimed you?" And her face lights up in the next second. "Actually," and this time my eyes filled with tears. "Is not that I care, because that is not affecting me anymore, Nana. I want you to believe me when I am saying this, but he didn't claim me either." Nana looks at me as if she is trying to understand a foreign language. "Zoey, for goodness sake, just tell me what is going on. How is it that Tristan is your mate, And after a year, you are not rejected, and yet you are not claimed either. Well, Nana already knows everything that was necessary. I won't make ever even more sad she already is, so I look into her eyes and say, "It was a mutual agreement, Nana." "A mutual agreement, Zoey? Are you kidding me? Is that why you are not working on the pack house anymore?" And hiding a lie leads you to another lie. "Yeah, Nana. We discussed, and after everything that happened between us, we decided that the mating bond is not something we want, so we avoided each other in the last year." "Are you too stupid?" Nana asks as she looks at me in disbelief. "The bond mate is the most beautiful thing in the world." But I had enough explanation for today, so I say, because it's my turn to have a point in this story. "Nothing changes, Nana. Between us, there is nothing left. Just pure hatred. I can't stay around him without being hurt. Our wolves don't share the same feelings with us. He treats me as a criminal, and I truly believe that he is a piece of shit for treating me like that for nothing. I will be sincere, Nana," I tell her. "Yesterday I visited him to help me with your treatment. We talked, and that's all. We haven't reached an agreement. That's why I was so upset, but now another idea came to mind, and I would like your support. For the last time, Nana, because without you can't do it." Nana just looks at me, and she is very serious, as if she already knows that what I am going to say will change our lives. But before I could say something about my plan about leaving the Crescent Moon Pack, she says, "I can't let you continue with this nonsense." Then she gets on her feet and motioned to me to follow her in her room. I help her walk there, and I see her opening her closet and taking from there an old shoebox. She opens the box, and I almost faint when I see her taking out a wad of cash. What the hell? I was keeping this for our most difficult days, that I am sure that they are close. I wanted to leave you something, but I stopped her and grabbed her hands. I almost bursted in tears. "Nana, I don't need anything, just to know that you are fine." And I looked directly into her eyes. "You knew that you needed treatment, and you let me worry for not being able to offer it to you." "This is not much," Nana said, pointing to the money, "and it wouldn't change anything. What I need to get well costs thousands of times more than what I have here, so why waste the money on my needs for nothing?" She takes the money and tells me, "This is for you," she told me, and I blocked in my tracks. "Nana, I am not leaving and leaving you behind." I almost scream at her, but she looks at me in horror. "Why the hell should you leave here, Zoey?" she asked me back, and I just pooped in my pants. "So leaving the Crescent Moon Pack is not an option? You agreed with this stupid idea of ignoring each other only because it was Tristan, your mate, and he doesn't want you. But I didn't raise you to lose a fight like that, Zoey Carter. Your parents would beat your ass for acting this way. And what the hell should I do, Nana?" I ask her because she must hit her head somewhere. I need to take her to the doctor. "Alpha's Tristan commanded you to come to his office," Nana said, and taking a step back, she looked at me. "He doesn't want you, you said." I just nod like a stupid. "You have 2 hours, Zoey, to buy some new clothes and burn these rags." And now I am sure that she hit her head. We have nothing to eat, and she wants to buy clothes? "Nana, are you sick?" I ask her, and she snaps. "Yeah, Zoey, I am sick of seeing you suffering for something you are not guilty of. It is my fault for not fighting more for you. This stupid body sabotaged my plans for you, and this stupid parvovirus is killing me softly. I am alive only because I didn't shift since I've got sick, because otherwise I would be dead in a few weeks." "Nana, what are you telling me?" I ask in panic, because I don't understand what she wants from me. "You will take the money and dress yourself nicely. You will go to Alpha Tristan's office, just as he asked, and you will not leave this pack." And now I died. "I know your stupid little head, Zoey. Mutual agreement, my ass," Nana says, and now she is furious. "Who do you think I am? Do you think that I am 5? She points her index finger in my direction and says, "You were crying your heart out yesterday, and just an hour ago, I thought that you would faint from so much crying. That's not mutual agreement. That's punishing you again and again, and you don't deserve that. Who does he think he is to ignore the bond mate?" "Nana, just calm down," I say more in a whisper. I never thought that she would react this way. My Nana is the sweetest woman I know. "No, Zoey, you listen to me. Why does he want to see you?" And now is now. Why, Zoe? I offered myself to be his surrogate, I say, and I'm waiting for Nana to kill me. Is he offering you money for that? Nana asks me with a damned serious face. I wanted to take the money and offer you treatment. But Nana motioned me to shut up. I can't believe you did that, and now I am damned ashamed. I ruined everything. You made a huge mess, Zoe, for hiding things from me, but now I've got this, and she is smiling at me. So, you will dress nicely, and you will visit our scoundrel Alpha just as he commanded, and you will see what he wants. Why, Nana? I ask her, and now I am sincere for the first time. He hurt me, and now I am at my limit. I can't even stand to see him, because I know that he will hurt me even more. Why should I do that? Nana caresses my cheek with her warm palm and gives me a sad smile. Because it looks like I raised a Luna, and Tristan Mayer can't take that from me. He made you suffer, he humiliated you, but it is all right. You will make him beg you to accept you, Zoe. My Nana is sick in her head. I should drug him to do that, I say, laughing sadly. No, sweetie. All you need to do is to show him how damned good you are, and maybe to keep him close enough to make his wolf kill his brain. Holy crap. Nana is a devil. I went to the Pax shop where I bought something new to wear. I'm going to do as Nana said, but I don't want to make her more sad than I already did because of my scoundrel mate. So I have no other option but to listen to her. Sincerely, I have no idea why Tristan asked me to come to the pack house. Maybe he wants to punish me for telling Nicholas and Mason that we are mates, but difficult times call for extraordinary solutions. The only goal in this life is to save Nana. Nothing else counts. Now that she doesn't want to leave the Crescent Moon pack, I need to follow her wish and make Tristan come around so he could choose me as his surrogate. Tilly, I growl at my wolf. Stop wagging your fucking tail. I can sense your stupid happiness. This is not going to end well. It doesn't matter, Tilly tells me with a sick excitement. At least until the baby appears, he will not push us away. And holy shit, I just died. If I will be his surrogate, I hope that he will not force me to stay in the pack house. I don't want to. This will be the hell of all hells. How did I forget about this? I stare at my image in the mirror, and even my new clothes are new and simple, but beautiful and decent. I look like the lightning really hit me. Your parents will beat your ass. That is what Nana told me. Yeah, she is right. I am a beta blood. I am strong. I am smart, and I need to stop whatever I am doing right now. I was the one who asked him to make me his surrogate. I am the one who entered his office and disobeyed his command by revealing our bond mate in front of his friends. I am the one who started the shit, so why am I freaking out right now? Only because Mason beat me? Only because I faced Tristan? So slowly I started to be brave again. Nana is right. He needs to pay for what he did to me. And he needs to suffer because of our bond mate. He thinks that he is safe, but just watch me, Tristan Mayer. Just watch me, how I will prove you how strong I am. So I force a smile and pinch my cheeks so I have a little bit of color on my skin and exit the shop. I spent only $50 from what Nana gave me. She had $3,000 in that shoebox. I can't spend it just like that. I will use it for her benefit. I am wearing a white shirt and blue jeans combination, which is a classic look and so easy to use as the base of any simple chic outfit. I don't need more. It is not my style to dress like a bimbo or to be revealing. I walk with confidence and enter the pack house as all the Omegas stare at me in shock. I don't know if they are judging me for coming here again after what happened yesterday, but the way they are looking at me is like an open book. They despise me. I am doing it out of spite and a fake smirk appears on my face. I don't march to anybody's whistle. Morning, ladies, I say as I'm already walking to Tristan's office. Yeah, I am fine, thank you. And I wink at them, mocking them directly, but as soon as I did that, I came face to face with Mason, who growled at me. Where the fuck do you think that you are going? He asks me and tries to grab me, but I take a step back, avoiding him. The jerk almost cursed me yesterday. I am not going to give him a new chance to do it. Hello, Mason, I say, trying to keep my distance from him. Did you take the wrong pills again? Why are you here, Zoe? He asks me again, and there is something in his gaze that I can't decipher. It's like he is refraining from coming closer. Your alpha forced me to come here. Now, if you don't mind, I say and motion him to get out of the way. I would like to end this rapidly because I need to return home and prepare dinner. But the jerk stops me, and this time he grabs my arm and pulls me closer to him. He pins me in a wall, hitting my shoulder so hard that I heard my shoulder bones cracking. Holy goddess, I believe that I just peed on me because of the pain. He leans in my direction and says in a low voice, almost like a whisper, in my ear, "You are not going anywhere, Zoey Carter," and he holds me tight. "You will not become Tristan's surrogate, and you will leave the pack house right now, or I am finishing what I started yesterday." I jab his ribs with my elbow, and he releases my arm. I am barely supporting myself right now because of the pain. I know that I hit him hard because he is coughing, so I look at him and almost growling, I tell him, "It is not your job to decide that, Beta Reynolds. It is not your job to stop me doing it if he will choose me. It is not your job to interfere with my business." And this time I am really yelling at him. But the jerk jumps in my direction and hits me, making me squirm in pain. "Zoey Carter," Mason says, "I believe that you are cursed. You really like suffering so much that you can't stay away from it." He growls so loud that I am sure that the entire pack house heard him. He partially transforms, and even if everything hurts, I grab him by his neck and put him down. It's something my dad taught me when he was alive, and he was training me. The most vulnerable moment in a werewolf's life is when he shifts. Not everyone knows that, and it looks that Mason neglects to shift safely, because I am holding him tight while he is growling louder and louder. "I should kill you," I tell him. "I had enough of you. Do you really think that I like coming here where everyone hates me? Do you think that I want to see your stupid face, Mason Reynolds?" And I hit him hard. "I hate you," I say, almost crying because it is the first time I am letting go of my emotions this way. I said it many times in my mind that I hate Tristan, Mason, Nicholas, and all the pack, but now I am doing it loud enough. "You destroyed my life, and you have the guts to command me." And then the unbelievable happened, and with a force I never knew I had inside of me, I lean in his direction and command him. "Touch me again, and you are dead. Am I clear?" Mason just stares at me in shock. "I asked you something, Mason Reynolds," I said and almost strangled him. "It's payback, jerk." But before I could say something else, Rosie shows up, and seeing our fight, she screams in horror. I thought that she would tell me that I am a criminal, that I need to die, but she shocks everyone when she says, "You have hurt your Luna?" And she runs in my direction, under the horrified eyes of the pack members around. I can hear their whispering. "Luna? Did Rose?" said Luna. But she should have never said that, because now I am even more enraged. I push Mason, and all I want to do is to leave this stupid pack house. Everyone is staring at me with their mouths wide open. "Yeah, jerks, you heard it damned right. You abused your Luna in the last 5 years. Luckily, I will never become your Luna for real, so you are safe from my wrath." "Zoey," Rose calls me, but I am not in the mood to listen to her. I should have never come here. What was I expecting? For Tristan to wait for me and tell me that he will choose me to wear his pup? You are delusional, Zoey Carter. Delusional. What is pissing me off for good is that I spent Nana's money for nothing. I continue to walk while Rosie calls me, and I feel dizzy suddenly. It's the pain and shit. I feel blood. Is that only now I realize that Mason's claws cut my arm? I will heal, but I am just recovering after yesterday. I have no idea how much Tilly can do for the moment. I take one more step, and right when I was ready to leave the pack house, my legs felt like Jell-O, and I collapse. It was like a slow-motion film, expecting for me to hit the floor, but instead I was lifted from the ground and my head was resting on Tristan's chest. I don't need to see his face. His scent just intoxicated me. He holds me tight, and looking at me, he says, "I thought that you knew the way to my office." But I scoff at him. "Then you should have put your dogs on a leash and not let them hounding me." But in the next second, I wince with pain. Tristan just watches me, and I can feel his breath on my skin. That's how close he is. "Let me go," I say as I start to feel strange in this position, and I detach myself from his arms. "I am fine now." "She is not fine, Tristan," Rose says. "I will call the doctor," she insists, and only the thought that having another bill is scaring me. so I almost fall out of his arms and say, "There is no need. Shit, I hope I won't faint in front of him to prove to him how weak I am. I came here because you forced me to come, so let's end this. I need to return home. Nana is waiting for me." Tristan watches me with an indifferent gaze. "Every time I see you, you blow everyone's brains out," Tristan tells me. "I wonder why the hell I told you to come here," and he looks at me with disgust. Is he bipolar? But I am not going to let him go so easily, so as I motion to him to open the way to his office, I say, "Is that all the words you know, Alpha Mayor?" Stunning, and laughing in front of him. I say again, "Just stunning. We have an alpha with a tantrum. What could be more wonderful?" I enter Tristan's office, and I can cut the tension in the air. He passes me and walks to his desk, and I thought that he would take a seat, but he motioned me to come close. "Oh, goddess, give me strength to survive this day, and I promise you that I'll never make such stupid plans again. I had a lot of good intentions, but this is already too much. Help me, goddess, and I will be your most submissive child you ever seen." You know that I don't like to repeat myself. Tristan says in a commanding voice that makes my heart skip a beat. If he wouldn't be so arrogant and cruel, he would be so damned perfect. But he is a jerk. I am watching him directly into his eyes, and while I am coming in his direction, I answer back, "And until now, Alpha Mayor, you should know that I hate being forced." I take a seat on the visitor chair, right in front of him. I have no idea why he asked me to come here, but I am a little bit nervous. Not as nervous as I was when I left the house, because now I am more calm and I am back the old me who is brave and will survive my scoundrel mate's unpredictable anger. I look at my brand new jeans and there is blood on them. I spent $50 for nothing, and without realizing what I am doing, I find myself cursing. "Damn it," I say and punch the chair I am seating on it. Tristan is just watching and he opens a drawer, taking something from there. I can't focus on him right now. I am way too furious of myself for putting myself in this situation. Mason must be right. I love suffering so much that I can't stay away from it. I am continuing blaming in my mind when out of nowhere, rivers of tingles are flowing on my wounded arm, making me startle. I am not used to this splendid sensation, so I am not able to utter not even a single word but stare at Tristan. He lifts my sleeve and looks at my wound. "Every time I see you, you cause me trouble," he says without looking at me, while he is cleaning my wound. "I have no idea why I'm doing this," he says, and I can sense that he is talking with himself. "This is not right," he whispers, and he is touching my arm as he starts to wrap the bandage. But before I would be able to tell him that I am leaving the pack for good, and he can rest assured that I will never appear in front of him, the door opens and Rose and the pack's doctor shows up. "Check on her," Rose commands the doctor, who looks at me in horror. I bet he wasn't expecting to see me here. "I said, check on her," Rose growls, and I push Tristan's arm from mine and get on my feet. I say, "There is no need. I'm just fine, and my wolf will heal me. I'm not in the mood to be here anymore. And also, I have a lot of grudges with this shitty doctor who refused to give Nana her treatment." I look at him, and with an offensive attitude, I tell him, "Are you out of money, doctor?" and give him an enraged gaze. "I am still penniless, so get the hell out of here. I don't have money to give you," and I start to walk to the door. My shitty day ends here. I will return to my Nana and talk with her. She needs to understand that we can't live here anymore. But what to see? I can't take even 2 steps that Tristan grabs my arm with force, making me almost fell. "Tristan Mayor," I scream at the same time with Rose. "Are you trying to kill me or what?" But he glares at me. "Get out," he tells both the doctor and Rose, and while the doctor cuts and runs in the next second, Rose is squeezing her eyes at us. "Don't you dare," she starts to growl at Tristan, but he pushes me behind and forces her to exit his office. Just as I said earlier, he has tantrums like a stupid little kid. "You're taking out the worst in me," he tells while he turns around and grands the bridge of his nose. "Me?" And I take a step back. "I am not guilty for you being," and I want to say a jerk, but I suppress that though, because that will cause me more trouble. "The owner of an unhappy life," and he starts to laugh. "As if your life is milk and honey?" "Jerk," I whisper, and I start to walk to the door, but he laughs behind me. I almost feel his eyes from behind checking on me. I see that you made an effort to look decent. Is he mocking me? I turn around and he continues to laugh. The scoundrel is trying to provoke me. And you know what? He succeeded at. Effort my ass, I say and try to wrap my arms under my chest, but I touch the wound and moan in pain. Tristan watches me as if he is weighing his options regarding my presence here. He comes in my direction and I'm looking around to find a way to leave, but now the door is in his direction, so that is not an option. I take a deep breath, and before he could touch me again, I am on the chair in front of his desk again. You asked for my presence. I am here. Tell me, what do you want, because I am actually in a rush. Tristan comes closer, and I feel his fingers touching my hair. He leans a little, and I could swear that he is inhaling my scent, but I am facing him with my back, so I can't see his face. I refuse to look at him. His scent is killing too. I breathe as rarely as I can, as if the breath left my body. What a waste, he whispers, and I have no idea what he is talking about, so I start to become agitated too. I turn around to ask him what the hell he wants, but I almost kissed him as I did that. Our lips are only 1 centimeter away from each other, and the tips of our noses are touching. He lifts his splendid blue eyes and looks at me, and I see his hazel hair falling on his forehead. Everything is in slow motion. Is he going to kiss me? I couldn't stop myself from asking that, and my heart started to beat faster and faster. But right when I thought that I will force him to kiss me, because I am getting crazy right now and I will lose my control, he takes a step back and turns around. I can hear his heartbeat and he is damn stressed. But you know what? I feel the same way. It's like my heart jumped from my chest to my throat and I am going to puke. I am in a really deep shit right now and I try to focus. Alpha Mayor. I start telling him that I will leave, but he walks to his desk and opens another drawer. He puts in front of me a set of documents before I could finish. Sign this, he says, and I am blocked in my own tracks as I see the title of the documents. What is this? I ask him in shock. Is he allowing me to be his surrogate? Is he drunk? Isn't this what you asked for? He asks me and I'm even more confused. And weren't you the one who said that I will never qualify for this position, and I'm not letting him go easily? I want answers. This is wonderful. If he mocks me, I am killing him. But if he is serious, that means that Nana will live and I will have money for her treatment. Is not that I want you here, he says and walks to his chair behind the desk. But my wolf and my gamma think that this is a good idea. It's the best for my pack's future. And pointing the contract, he commands me, sign it. But I ignored his command as he didn't use his alpha command and started to read the contract, and I am more and more shocked. A child conceived through the process of in vitro fertilization and embryo transfer, and I look at him in shock. What the fuck is this? I ask, pointing to the contract. I am not fucking you. You are delusional if you think that I am touching you. You disgust me. With any other woman, the pup would have been conceived naturally, but you are not worthy, he says with disgust. So you will carry my pup using an IVF procedure. Is he kidding me? Who wants to sleep with him? Sleeping with my fated mate would make Tilly become even more insistent. It would force me approach him in the bond mate, and I would suffer even more for being rejected. So this is damn perfect. All children born as a result of the medical procedures contemplated by this agreement shall in all respects be the children of Tristan Mayer, and the surrogate will willingly waive any rights over them. And now the reality hit me. I am going to have a pup with Tristan Mayer. It won't be only his pup, but mine too. I am going to be a mother, and at the end of this pregnancy, he will take the pup away from me. It's not like I am donating a kidney. What if I start to love the pup? Are you nuts? Tilly almost growls at me. I already love him, and he is only a project idea right now. Of course that we will love our pup. I'm slipping into the abyss, and I have no idea how to escape from here. Accept it, Tilly says, shocking me for becoming so supportive with the idea of being a surrogate after she explained me that I am doing a mistake. First, we will take the money and save Nana, and after that, we will find a way to be a part of our pup's life. There are still a few months until we will give birth. Sign the papers, she says. I am strong. I can do it. I repeat that in my mind. So I take the pen from Tristan's hand and sign. I have a bad intuition about this, but it is a must to do this. If something is important enough, even if the odds are against you, you should still do it.